Welcome to Tampa Bay Business Connections, where we are bringing awareness to organizations and added value to their members. We have some guests for you today that I'm really excited about, and we have our first one already, so let's hop right into it. My name is Claire Rose. I'm your host for today, and this is Kelly Mothershead. Hello, Kelly.
Hi, how are you, Clara?
I'm good. Thank you for joining us today. I'm super excited to chat with you.
Thanks. I'm excited to be here. Sounds like fun.
This is going to be fun. We're going to keep it casual, but let's learn some stuff about your business. First of all, I have for your name, Pick Your New Business Group with Keller Williams Realty, correct?
It's Pick Your New Home
Pick Your
group
New Home
with
Group.
Keller Williams Realty.
Okay. And this is your business.
Yes.
And tell us what you do. We kind of had a clue because we said realty, but tell us what you do.
Yes. So I'm a realtor, and I'm part of the Pick Your New Home group. Scott Pickering and I, as well as Taylor Pippinger. Taylor is our assistant. Scott and I are both realtors. I am truly a buyer's agent because I love working with buyers, but I do a lot of listings as well.
So, but your focus is on that the buyer themselves. Right.
You know, I love people and I love helping people, which I've done a lot of different things in my life, all related to helping people. So I think that's what drew me to real estate. And I mean, obviously, most agents will tell you that you have to be a listing agent as well. And that's true. And I do a lot of that. But I really love working with buyers, especially first time home buyers. I love that educating them and holding their hand through the process and seeing them really understand what's happening in real estate.
So if somebody knows absolutely nothing and they're just terrified, you are the person to call, right?
Absolutely. It's funny. I just talked to somebody yesterday, and she's like, "We don't even know where to start." And so I'm going to call them today at 1:00 today to just have a little conversation with them to tell them actually where to start. A lot of people, especially young people that have never owned a home before, never moved out of their parents' home and started renting, and don't really know what the process is like. So I love starting them in the right path to home ownership.
Yeah, that can be scary. I remember when we bought our first home, I was terrified. I was in the bathroom throwing up. Thinking, what are we doing?
It can be a super frustrating, terrifying. It's the largest purchase of your life. So it can be a terrifying process, and especially when you don't know anything about it. It can be very very scary and very nerve-wracking. So we try to take the stress out of it and help somebody through the process so it's a fun process that they remember forever.
So tell us, how long have you been doing real estate?
So I've only been in real estate for a little under 4 years. I have done a lot of things in my life that have led me to real estate, and so when my friend Scott was a realtor, and when I decided I was going to become a realtor, he insisted I join his team. So he and I make a really great team. And I had somebody a long time ago tell me, "Oh my gosh, you should be a realtor." And I wasn't really sure what that meant until I got into real estate. I had a very bad accident, and I was home in a wheelchair for about 26 weeks and decided to take my real estate course at that time. And I jumped in with both feet and have done amazingly well because I think of because I like to help people, because that's my main focus. I come from contribution. I want to truly contribute and help somebody find the perfect home for them.
So tell us a little bit about this Pick Your New Home group. Is there something special or unique in the way that you guys do things, or where'd that name come from?
We do a little bit of everything, and we have really high end homes. We have a listing right now that's $2.4 million in Tarpon Springs, and we also have a $100,000 home listed in Hudson. So we work the gamut. We treat everyone the same. We always have professional photos of your home done. We treat you like you are family. We walk through the process with you. We are there every step of the way. We attend every meeting with you. We attend the inspection process with you. And I think our customer service is what sets us above everyone else. My niece is actually our assistant. Her name is Taylor. And so we have her in the process with our buyers and sellers from day one. So they have all three of us. You always get an answer from us. We're extremely responsive, usually within the hour.
Wow. That's impressive. At least in my experience, that's impressive. So you could just be rest assured that if you're using your team, using you, that if you have a question, you pick up the phone. If you don't get a live body, shortly you'll get a call back from somebody.
Absolutely. Usually you're going to get a live body. We all like to answer our phones, which is rare these days.
Sure.
But if you don't, you'll at least get a message saying, I can't talk right now, but I'll call you right back. Because we do pride ourselves on being responsive. And I think that that's really important, especially because we work with a lot of new home buyers. You know, they have questions and people panic when they don't know. And so we try to stay in contact with them very often.
So on the other side of the coin, if you have a home that you would like to sell, do you guys do something unique on the listing side or?
We do. So we always meet in person. Obviously, with the way things are today, we have a lot of virtual access as well. But we create a video for your home when we list your home. We do
Nice.
walkthrough videos. I just created some of my own brand new intro and outros to do with some of our walkthrough videos. We do open houses every weekend on a new home. And if we can't do an in-person open house, we do a virtual open house. We attend lots of pitch sessions, which are sessions where you meet with other realtors to talk about the homes you have listed. So that way we can promote it to those other realtors who might be able to bring a buyer. So we work really, really hard to ensure that your home gets sold.
Well, that's interesting. Tell us more about a pitch session. I've never heard of that before. What? Tell us more about that.
Okay, so there's lots of different organizations that hold pitch sessions. Lots of times, title companies will hold a pitch session, and they invite when we're in a time where we can be there in person. We usually each week will hold a pitch session at one of the realtors will have a house that they have listed, and they'll invite the rest of us to attend. We attend, and we find out all about that home, and then we also have an opportunity to share any homes that we have listed or maybe even some buyers who we might have who are looking for something specific. So that way you're promoting it to other realtors. Sometimes it's a realtor that maybe doesn't have a listing yet, but if they know what you're looking for, they can keep you in mind when they do get a listing that meets your requirements. And we're able to tell all about the homes that we have listed, just in case they may be working with a buyer that might want to view the home that we have listed.
Wow, I had not ever heard of that, but what a great way to have referral partners and kind of meet the needs of each other's clients. What a great system! I'm sure that realtors are like, oh yeah, that's old hat, Claire, but I had not heard of that. That's super cool.
And there's not a ton of realtors that do that. Some do and some don't. I really feel like realtors are not competitors. Realtors are referral partners because for every house you're going to sell, you have to have a buyer. You might not always have that buyer, so it's another realtor that's going to bring that buyer who's going to show that home and maybe even give you some ideas on better ways to show the home. Sometimes you see things different when you're not personally involved. And so having another realtor tour your home can give you some suggestions and some feedback on maybe things that would help the home show better. So I think that having lots of friends as realtors is a really great idea because you do get those friends who can help you.
Very nice. So I have a question that I don't know if anyone else ever thinks this, but if I were to sell my home and your team came in to help sell my home, do you then also help me find a new home? Do you become my agent for
We
buying a
do.
new home?
We like to
Okay.
be your realtor for life.
Okay. Well, I'm not going
Yes,
to.
and so by listing your home, a lot of times we work with them at the same time. So I have a couple that we're working with right now, and a lot of times they need to sell their home and buy a new home. And it can be really tough to keep all those balls in the air because you need the money from the home that you're selling in order to
Right.
purchase the new home in most cases. So we're trying to buy a home and sell a home at the same time, but by doing that, you at least know that person well enough to know exactly what they're looking for, so it makes it easier to help find a home when you're able to sell their home for them as well. And then if they're maybe selling a home here locally and purchasing out of state, we have referral partners out of state that we can
Ah,
refer them to. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. If they're moving out of state, your realtor here or your friend here that's a realtor can help you even out of state find a realtor there that will meet your needs. it's much easier for a realtor to speak with another realtor and be able to
Sure.
find somebody that they can match them with, right? So I know my client well enough to know who they're going to work well with. So I want to choose a realtor for them who's going to work really well with them, a lot of
Absolutely.
the same way that I would.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great resource. I hadn't thought of that at all. But especially if you're moving out of state, how scary when you are moving to a new place where you can't even meet that realtor face to face and shake their hand. And I'm kind of a look in the eyeball kind of person. I want to, right? I want to see your face and speak to you before I do business with you. So what a great resource that I hadn't even considered. So
I try to set them up with a Zoom call too, because just a phone
perfect.
call sometimes doesn't do it. You want to see that
I
person that you're
agree.
working with. And so that really does help a lot, especially out of state. It helps a
Hmm.
lot. But we also can help to provide some vendors. So sometimes you get into a new home where you
Ah,
need to have some work done. And especially if it's in a new area that you're not familiar with. Remember, your realtor works with people all over town. So we usually have a pretty good list of vendors who we're used to working with. And to be honest with you, a vendor that works with a realtor knows that we refer them a lot of business. So
sure.
they do a really great job for us.
That
And they're
makes
going to provide the
perfect
same
sense.
customer service as the realtor who you're working with.
Right. That makes perfect sense. Well, we are just about out of time. So, is there any one last thing that you'd like to say to our audience about why you guys are unique or different or the coolest in town?
So we're just the coolest in town because we have great customer service skills. Scott and I, we consider ourselves the male and female version of each other. We both have great people skills. We love working with people. And even if you didn't choose us, we're always here to help you, to assist you. And just know that if you're going to buy or sell a house, check out your realtor, talk to your realtor, find someone who works really well with you, because that's what's most important. It's the largest purchase of your life. So
Hmm.
do it right the first time.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, how do we get a hold of you for all this great wonderfulness?
Awesome. So you can reach me on my cell phone, which I do answer. That number is 813-843-2354. Or you can reach me by email at Kelly, Kelly, at pickyournewhome.com, or obviously on our website. And mine, you can reach me at kmothershead@kw.com.
Perfect. I hope that lots of people pick up the phone and give you a call. And thank you so much for coming and spending some time with us today. I I know that I've seen you networking at a couple of places in town. So I kind of know where you were, but before you leave, tell us the territory that you cover locally. I know probably somebody from
So
Jacksonville shouldn't call you and say, or or Tennessee, right?
So if you call me from Jacksonville, I can refer you a realtor in Jacksonville.
Okay.
But I actually live in Newport Richey.
Okay.
I grew up in the Hudson area. We sell a lot of homes all over Hillsborough, Pasco, and Pinellas counties are where I tend to focus. But I can go as far south as Sarasota because I'm very familiar with that area. I can go over to Lakeland because I'm familiar there. And all the way up to Citrus County, I'm familiar with that area as well. And I do like to work in areas that I'm familiar. And if I'm not, I
Sure.
will refer you to somebody who's a specialist in that area, because I think it's important to make sure that you know the area before you try to sell a home to somebody in that area.
Sure, that makes perfect sense. You know the schools, you know right, all the things that are going to be important to a new home buyer. Okay, we are running out of time, so I just want to say thank you so much for being with us, and we will see you again next time. And welcome back to Tampa Bay Business Connections. Our next guest today is Amy Hart with Continental Plumbing Services. Are you with us, Amy? There you are.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me. Good morning.
It's a pleasure to have you. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm excited to hear about your plumbing services. I know that's a funny thing to be excited about, but as a homeowner, sometimes we need to know good plumbers. Tell us all about Continental Plumbing.
All right. Well, my husband, Chad Hart, and I own Continental Plumbing Services. He purchased the business in 2007. Prior to that, I was a school teacher and joined him in the family business in 2012. So we own and operate the company together.
How nice. What a lovely pairing. So you can
Yeah.
say the guy in the field is wonderful, right?
Yes, I can.
So did he always want to be a plumber? Was he a plumber before he bought the company and worked for somebody else?
He was a plumber before he bought the company. Actually, when I met him, he was a helper, an apprentice, and learning the trade. So it's interesting for me. I've gotten to see him through all the stages of this business, going from helper all the way up to master plumber and business owner. But yeah, he got into the trade at the age of 19 and just found that he really loved it and had a passion for plumbing. He did have a time where he worked for others. And then, like I said, in 2007, he decided it was time to strike out on his own and do his own thing.
So now do you have a team of plumbers that work with you, or is it always just going to be your husband?
We do. No, we have a team that works with us. Our total staff, including my husband and I, there are 14 of us.
Wow.
We have one service manager in the office, and we have a couple of others that help in the office with answering our phones and booking calls. And the rest are plumbers and apprentices. So I believe we have 7 service vehicles now.
Wow. So that's a pretty good sized operation. I had no idea.
Yes.
And that's interesting because we've networked together for a while. I had no idea that there was so many of you people roaming around.
Yes, we're all over.
That's wonderful. And then what do you do for the company there?
I do a little bit of everything. I like to say that I wear all the hats.
Sure.
Pretty much the only thing I don't do, I think, is plumbing. So that is not my forte. When I first started with Chad, it was just me in the office. So I was the one answering the phone, booking the calls,
Sure.
running things in the office, helping manage, things with the trucks or our service plumbers as they would come up, marketing, all of that, a little bit of everything. So now as we've grown, it's nice to bring people in to help us with some of the other tasks so that Chad and I can really focus on running the business.
Sure. And still have a life, right? Outside of being a business owner.
Yes,
Sure.
that's always nice.
That is nice. So you're a plumbing service. So tell us what all sorts of things we could expect that you would service with us with.
All right. Well, we do residential and commercial plumbing. So we more residential than commercial, but we do have some restaurant clients that rely on us for services as well. But for residential homeowners, any plumbing needs that you might have, water heaters, leaks, fixtures, even upgrading things in your home, we do it all. Of course, drains being clogged is pretty common as well. So I always like to say our plumbers that work for us are all really passionate about plumbing and love what they do. And they're also very proud. Plumbers have a very important role in protecting the health of the nation and keeping things clean. And they love what they do. So when you have a plumbing problem, it tends to stress people out.
Sure.
And I always like to say it doesn't stress us out. Our plumbers do what they do every day, and they love it. They're there to fix it for you.
That's awesome. That's so important to love what you do, right?
Yes, it is.
And that's, of course, going to come through in the attitude and the care that your plumbers take with the homeowner, right, when they're in the home. People know when you care about what you're doing and that you care that you're helping them, right? So that's a wonderful asset to your business.
Yeah, we also really focus, our company is values-based. We really pride ourselves on all of our decision making being based on our core values, which are family, trust, responsibility, happiness, and reliability. And those drive every decision we make. And like you said, even with homeowners and coming into people's homes, that's something that drives us every day.
Wow, that's wonderful. You don't often find that companies have that much of a connection to their core values. I love to see that. That you really do care about your clients. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So a question that pops into my head as you're speaking is, what about the person that's building a home? Would you also participate in that process as a plumber?
We actually do not do new
Nope.
construction
Nope. Okay.
projects. We have off and on, time to time. Chad sometimes will take one on just for a teaching opportunity for apprentices. And he has a couple of contractors that he works with to, kind of arrange those things. It is nice for plumbers who are learning the trade to understand what's under the slab and behind the walls.
Sure.
But we do very minimally take those. There are a lot of plumbing companies out there that's their specialty, and they're really great with new construction, and they have crews for that. But our specialty is in service for residential and commercial. Now, for new construction homes, one area where we can help is sometimes people build a new home and perhaps they want to add a water softener, or they are wanting to change some of their fixtures that came with the home. We can step in there, but we do not usually work from the ground up.
Okay. So if somebody has an existing home and needs a water softener, they might call you as well.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So when you say plumbing, I guess that kind of thing doesn't enter my mind. So I can't be the
Yeah.
only one.
I know. I guess a lot of people here don't always consider water treatment as something that plumbers do, especially in Florida. There are different regulations here, and there are companies that only do water treatment, so that will install water softeners or service them. But plumbers are experienced with that as well. So we do. We install and we repair and help maintain water softeners.
And then I assume, because of the kind of work that you do, that you offer like emergency services. If the hot water, this is just an example from my own life, but years ago, we were woken up in the middle of the night to a very loud noise, and our cat had jumped up and hit the picture on the wall behind the toilet, and it fell behind the toilet and literally sheared the pipe behind the toilet. And there was water spraying. It's like 3 a.m. Water spraying everywhere in our upstairs, and my husband's handy, and so he got the water off. But if someone isn't handy, boy, you need a plumber right now, right?
Yes, and we all know those things don't always happen in the middle of a Wednesday afternoon.
Right.
Like you said, of course, it happens at 3 a.m.
Of course.
And you don't know what to do. But
Right.
we do offer emergency service. Our team of plumbers rotates so that's not on any one person at one time. They basically take a week, and we have a rotating schedule. But yeah, it's just the nature of service to all tradespeople. Understand we're here for you no matter what time of day or day of the week or even holidays. It happens. Somebody's kitchen sink is always clogged up on Thanksgiving.
Right. Of course it is.
Yes.
And how inconvenient.
Yes.
So people should just get your phone number and put it on the refrigerator, right? So that when something goes awry, you can go, where was that phone number? Oh, right there on the refrigerator. I'm calling Amy.
Yeah, we do like to make ourselves easy to find. Like I said, even on the weekends, we have a system now where it's actually very quick, where people can leave a message, and we have our own employees are the ones calling you back immediately. Nice. And determining if you do need emergency service, and we get someone dispatched out to you as soon as we can.
Very nice. So I always ask everyone this, all the business owners this: what makes you really truly unique and stand out? Why are you different than the other plumbers running around in our area?
There definitely are a lot of plumbers running around our area. It's very common business. I think what makes us different is our people. We really care for our people. We're actually very selective when bringing people into our company, and our training and our communication with our people. We are still training weekly. Even now we're doing it like you and I are doing via Zoom, which has been an interesting change for us. But we really value our people. And like I said, with our core values as a company, all of our decisions are based on those. We're constantly working to grow our plumbers and even our office staff as well, training, anything that we can do to make them better at what they do. We also like to provide them with all the tools that we need. That's another thing that's really important in plumbing, is to make sure that every truck is equipped with anything they could need to possibly do their job. We have cameras on every vehicle. A lot of plumbing companies do not have those. So, for example, if someone has a repeated issue with drain clogs, it's just easier to put a camera down that line and see if there are roots in the line or if there's a break in the line. Really investigate and see what's going on. We like to, we kind of pride ourselves on being able to problem solve when it's needed, and we have all the tools available to us.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Always have the right tool for the job, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. And great for your employees, which makes for happy employees to stick around. That's all good for
Yes,
the
ma'am.
customers. So
Yeah.
something that got my attention as you were chatting a little while ago, talking about your apprentices. Do you have a formal apprenticeship program that you put people through?
We have a program that actually just got approved by the state, and I'm very excited, the former teacher and me,
Of course.
that we've been approved by the Department of Ed. So it will be standard throughout the entire state of Florida.
Wow.
There's right now a program that's in Pinellas County that our apprentices participate in, but we're actually moving to an online format. So they'll be able to get some of that education online. And of course, they get on the job training with us as well. But yeah, that's another thing I think that makes us different too. We're really excited to have 3 apprentices right now. So
Wow.
I just think anytime there are young people that are interested in the trade and interested in learning, giving them that knowledge and the tools that they need and the on-the-job training is really important. It's just going to grow them into great plumbers.
Yeah. and
Yeah.
why not bring them in, bring those young, fresh minds in? I guess they don't have to be young, but
Yes.
those people who have an interest and a passion. You have to be young enough to get down on your hands and knees and crawl around, right? I get that,
You.
but
Or up in an attic.
or up in an attic. Oh, see, I don't even
Yes.
think that way about plumbing. So
Yeah.
see how little I know about plumbing. Right?
Yeah.
There's
Yep. Get the
plumbing in
young
the attic.
guys up in the attic.
That's right.
Yes.
But how great to be able to bring them in like from the ground floor and educate them and teach them your way, right?
Yeah,
As an
it is.
employee.
Yep. They learn the Continental way. They know who we are. And, it's interesting. We get people that come in from all walks of life. We have one apprentice that just came to us that left a desk job and just realized he didn't want to be behind a computer screen all day. And now here he is learning to be a plumber.
Learning to be a plumber. What
Yes.
an interesting transition.
Yes.
Well, we are just about out of time. Is there anything you'd like to say really quickly to our audience, how we can get a hold of you perhaps?
You can check out our website, continentalplumbing.net. All of our contact information is there via phone, or I'm sure even if you just Google, we're here for all of your plumbing needs. We'll help you.
Very nice. So they can hop on your website. Can they see all of your services and
Yep,
all
all
those
of our
things as well?
services. You
Perfect.
can even see our people there, all
Okay.
of that. Yep.
Okay, well, I thank you so much for spending some time with us today. We have to jump on our next guest really quickly, but thank you for being here. I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
See you later.
Bye.
All right,
Bye.
you guys, stick with us. We'll be right back with our next guest in a minute. And welcome back to Tampa Bay Business Connections. So our next guest today is my sweet friend Jacqui and my AVON lady. Are you there, Jacqui?
I am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Clara.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
It is my pleasure. So tell us, first of all, tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay. My name is Jacqui Bruschweiler. I now sell AVON. I have been doing this for almost 11 years.
Wow.
This was my retirement job, which has turned into a full-time job.
So you retired and went back to work.
That's right. I'm enjoying it.
So 11 years. Wow, that's a long time for your retirement job. Tell us why you chose AVON for your retirement job.
Well, it actually chose me. A friend and a colleague, while I was a secretary in the sheriff's office, actually approached me and said, would you please take over my AVON business because I haven't got time to do it and I don't want to let down some of our neighbors. I only have half a dozen customers. And she asked me over and over, and finally I said, okay, I'll do this.
So you caved at some point.
Yeah, but I'm not the kind of person who takes something on without doing it at full pelt. So when I started it, and I don't remember, of course, right at the beginning, but I do remember going to the monthly meetings, which Avon held, to learn as much as possible. I had no upline. I had nobody helping me from that point of view. So I went to the meetings, and I slowly started buying books and giving them out to friends. And it was said, you don't have to go anywhere special. You go where you normally do. And this is what I did. And long story short, I now have a customer base of about 200 people, wow, including people who've moved away and who I mail catalogs to out of state.
Wow. So those are ongoing customers that you service with?
Absolutely, and they've stayed with me over this period of time. And of course, I've got new ones. Some go, some stay. Most of them, of course, have stayed, and I'm delighted.
So there's that piece of it. You know, we all understand that Avon sells these products, makeup, and gosh, I get the catalogs from you all the time, so I know that there's clothes, and you know, I love to look at the holiday stuff when the holiday stuff comes out, and it's growing. Right?
Yes, it is.
Tell us about some of the new exciting things that Avon's doing.
Well, we were acquired by LG last year. This is the South Korean company who wanted to break into the American market, I imagine. And they have beautiful new, again, very affordable products, beautiful quality. And I'm delighted because they are very natural products. And this is the future, of course. So essences, we have natural essences, and we have skincare, which is the latest technology. Again, it's so affordable, very competitive with store prices. And it's lovely that I can show these products personally to friends and customers, and they can try them. They don't have to go into a store to do that. This is the lovely thing about Avon.
Well, and I know just from being one of your customers that every time I get magazines or new catalogs each month, that I get samples in them, so I can actually try something and see if it's a good fit for me, but especially in the skincare world, because skincare is not cheap, or it's not inexpensive is what I should say, but you just don't want to buy something without knowing whether you're going to like for instance, for me, I'm super picky about smell and texture. So I'm always hesitant to try something new. So I love that you offer samples of things so that you can just try it out and see if it's a good fit for you before you commit to it.
That's absolutely right. It's so important that people get to try them. And now Avon is offering online. Of course, I have an online store, and they will offer the samples to online customers as well, which is wonderful. Under my name, people can buy online as well. But I do my utmost to give out samples. If I don't have samples, which sometimes happens, I will buy the full size and give them a sample of that and take it and show it to them. Because it's this is part of the exclusive way Avon sells. And this is one of their hallmarks, and people expect this from us. And I believe this is why we have good customers, loyal customers.
It's the customer service, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Right, that you get that personal, and I've heard you say it, you're personal shopper, personal Avon shopper. So you're not
That's
just...
exactly what I am, and I feel this is a part of the job I had no idea I was going into. I'm enjoying it so much because of the personal contact. Even today with, the special conditions we have, I feel like the masked bandit going around.
Literally the masked bandit going around dropping off product and samples, right?
That's right. And if they have an order, I hide it well, and they've left the money in some little place. And
that's
it's
awesome.
Quite cute. It's going on though. I haven't lost business, and this is amazing. I just finished a campaign, and I had 1,400 in sales. That's 2 weeks. It's pretty amazing. Keeps me very busy and very happy. I think it's good for me. I think it's good for anybody, and then of course it's lucrative because I'm making money.
Right.
I'm making money, so that's nice.
So it sounds like it's fulfilling for you, but also is a nice retirement income for you.
Yes, it is in both respects. I forgot to mention, I do have another part of my AVON, which is a team of people, of representatives underneath me, and there are about 300. I acquired that team about a year ago. I used part of my savings to buy that team, and I help them, I mentor them, I keep them up to date. We're a team, and that's a good thing, is the teamwork. I think I got this feeling when I was a Girl Scout of teamwork, and it's never left me, and I'm enjoying it very much.
So, are these local people, or are you?
Absolutely not. The lady
okay.
They're absolutely not. The lady who built this team and had to leave it because she was going to a company after many years. She wanted to do something else as well, but the new company wouldn't let her stay in two places, so she had to make a choice. And so she asked if I, would take on that company for her and buy it from her. And they live up north. They're in Illinois area, most of the northern counties. So I keep in touch with those people.
Like by Zoom or whatever, right?
Not by Zoom, actually, not yet,
Really?
because a lot of those people work and they don't have time to do Zoom too much. I email them, I call them, we keep in touch. And I actually, because I have this list of people, and it's on my AVON site, of course, AVON's kind enough to give us every day, every month, I should say, the birthdays of those people and the AVON anniversaries. And I send out cards with AVON lipsticks on them to the people who have birthdays every day and the people who have anniversaries every day. And I think it helps to keep that contact going. Sure. And I'm chipping away at getting to know them, put it that way.
Well, it makes them feel special, right? It makes them feel like that they matter, which is wonderful.
Thank you. Yes.
So if somebody, and we all understand the concept of the AVON side of it, but if somebody's thinking, oh, gosh, it sounds like she's making great money, who's a good fit for you to say, hey, I'm interested in chatting about this?
Somebody who would like to buy or somebody who would like to sell, you're saying? Sorry.
Somebody who would like to sell.
To sell?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Yes, absolutely, yes. I've probably signed up personally, probably about 20 people, maybe more than that in the time. Doesn't sound like a lot. But some of them have made it and some of them haven't. Sure. But I mentor them. I tell them, it changes quite often, the business, so they have to keep in touch. Go on their website. They're given a free website, which is wonderful. Okay. They don't pay for that. I encourage them to stay on the website, at least to look at it very regularly to see what AVON's offering. We have trainings. We have an AVON University. They can go on and take these tests and learn about AVON. It's a huge amount of information that they can acquire if they wish. So as I say, there are people who want to do it seriously and make it their full-time job. Others want to just buy for themselves, which is fine too. We don't mind, whoever wants to do what. And yes, I mentor them, I teach them and give them all my tips and keep in touch with those people. And those are local people, of course.
Sure. So the customers can find you on the website, but you're saying that your teammates, they also have access to a website or a portal that educates them. Does it also educate them about the products or just the running of the business?
Every person, every rep has their own personal website. And we have two things. Where you have your own AVON site, which is called AVON Now. And that's for you to check out your orders, to put the orders in. And the online site is for, of course, the customers. We can order from the online site as well, of course. Yes, so they can go on their AVON Now and check out all the new things and see what AVON's doing. And there's the trainings that are happening on Facebook or even on AVON Now to keep in touch.
And so that's
AVON gives a lot
about running your AVON business and education for your customers and those kinds of things, right?
That's right. And we can
Okay.
check out all the products. We have a lot of questions from customers. They want to know so much about the product. And if I don't find it, some reason don't find it on Avon now, I can then email or contact. I can even phone Avon and ask them to give
Nice.
me more information about that product.
Very nice. Some people are particular. I'm one of those particular people. I want to know what's in it. If I'm going to put it on my skin, the largest organ in our body. Right. So I'm picky
That's
that
right.
way.
It's very
Yeah.
important. What you put on your skin goes into your body.
Absolutely does. Super important. So you haven't mentioned this today, but I heard you mention it recently. Is there a place on Avon now where you can go and try on makeup?
Oh, on my online store. This really happened 2 weeks ago. You're absolutely right, Clara.
I thought I heard something about that.
Yes. Now, customers can go on my online store and they can click on the digital makeup and they can try on a lot of the makeup. So
How do you
eyeliner,
do that?
eyeshadow.
How does that work?
I haven't tried it myself, and I must do that. And foundations. Young people, of course, they're born with a chip in them.
Yeah, right. So they've got this.
They can do this. They already know how to do this because I guess other companies might have started that. I don't know, but
I'm sure.
it's quite a milestone, and this is wonderful. So there's an awful lot of products you don't get samples for, but you can try on virtually and see the effect on you. If you can put your own photo.
I was going to say, I did that for my glasses. I took a picture of myself, and then it let me try on different glasses so that I could see how it was going to look.
That's exactly right.
That's
so you
super
can see
cool.
It's so cool. It really is.
Very cool. Okay, so we are just about out of time. So just really quickly tell us how people can connect with you. How do we reach you?
Well, they can call me on my phone, which is 727-776-4947. Please leave a message if I can't pick up, and I'll get back to them the same day.
Okay.
Or my website, of course, is written on the bottom. It's www.myavon.com, J. Bruschweiler. And I believe my name is written on the screen. They can see that.
Okay, we're out of time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you
appreciate
so much,
you being
Clara.
here.
Have a wonderful day.
All right, we'll be right back. And welcome back to Tampa Bay Business Connections. So our guest coming up next is Tim Wilfong. Are you there, Tim?
Yes, ma'am. How
There
are you?
you are. I'm good. How are you today?
I'm great, man.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks. Pleasure to be here.
So tell us who you are and what it is that you do, my friend.
So my name is Tim Wilfong, like you mentioned, and I own Gulfside Custom T-shirts in Port Richey. And we are screen printers, digital decorators, embroiderers, anything to do with decorating apparel. That's what we do.
Okay. So tell me, how long have you been doing this?
As of May 1st, 37 years.
What?
Yes.
Wow. So you've been at this for a while.
Yes.
And in the same community, the same location?
Same town, Port Richey.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
37
amazing.
years. Seems like 37 years today. Just in one day.
That's crazy. Well, so you completely know what you're doing then, for sure. Right.
Yeah, we've gotten pretty good at it.
So what made you get into the apparel decorating business?
So when I first moved to Florida, I was unemployed. I had worked at Ford Motor Company, and my parents set me up in the flea market business, of all things, selling furniture. And furniture, as you know, is very heavy. Mm-hmm. And being in a flea market environment, T-shirts were quite the item back then, 1983.
Sure.
And the souvenir T-shirts and that. And so we just decided that we'd make the switch into doing T-shirts, and we sold them at the flea market for probably 25 years. We sold T-shirts.
Wow.
Yeah.
So at that point, did you make them yourself, or what did that come later?
Well, we would buy the iron-on transfers, and then we would iron them on the T-shirts, and it was all Florida novelty stuff.
Sure.
And then my brother-in-law at the time was like, man, you could do that yourself. And it never occurred to me that, hey, maybe I could do that myself.
Sure.
And being like Clara Rose, I said, I can do that.
I can totally do that. See, and you could, right?
So I bought a book for $20 on how to screen print T-shirts for profit and fun and profit. Yeah, fun and profit.
Fun and profit.
And built my own equipment and started doing custom stuff.
Wow. And here you are today. So now you are no longer at the flea market, of course.
No, not in the flea market. Been out of that for quite a while now. And just, in a retail location on Ridge Road. We have a showroom stocked with everything that we sell. We also offer ad specialties. So anything, doodads, anything that anything that you can put a logo on, we sell it.
Okay. So promotional stuff for business.
Promotional items. There's the word I was looking for.
There's the word. And so is this mostly, are you business to business then? Or do you have...
A lot of it's business to business and groups and organizations, schools.
Okay, that makes sense. So if a school's cheer team or a school's whatever, I've been out of school a really long time.
You name it. They got clubs, all kinds of different clubs.
There you go. Okay. So hats and shirts and
bandanas,
pens
and hand sanitizer, lanyards.
Hand sanitizer with your logo on it, maybe?
Yes. Not right now.
Not right now.
You probably not able to get that stuff right.
Right. But in the future, I'm sure that everyone's thinking like our business is thinking, you know what, that's just a great leave behind anyway, right? People aren't going to throw that one away. They're going to use that, especially now.
Exactly.
We're all going to be hand sanitizer junkies, I think, from here forward. Mm-hmm. So very cool. So you do this all in-house?
Most everything we do in-house. A lot of the ad specialty stuff we don't. We broker that. But as far as screen printing, the embroidery, the digital, and now we're offering sublimation, something new that we just started.
Offering what?
We do that all in-house.
What was the last thing you said you offer?
Dye sublimation.
Totally speaking another language. Tell us what that is.
So dye sublimation is when you see the fishing shirts that have designs all over them, and it's just a different way of printing.
Okay, so it's not just like the logo that you're going to see right here. It's the bigger stuff, or just different.
You can print all over. Have you ever seen the event tents that are printed?
Oh yes.
That's dye sublimation.
Okay, so you do those as well?
Yes, we do.
So anything that you could print on, you'll print.
That's correct.
Very cool. I'm impressed. That's cool stuff. How about 3D printing? No?
That we don't do.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a different beast, isn't it?
That's totally different. Yeah.
Okay, so say I'm a business owner, and I know that I want to get some promotional stuff from you. How do I begin that process?
Two ways. I mean, you could come in the showroom, and we have our expert crack team of logotologists.
Logotologists, okay.
We have a team of girls that can help you with that. They're very good at what they do. And or you can do it via email if you don't want to come in. We email a lot.
Okay, so a graphic designer, if you will, you sit down with somebody and they help you come up with now, like starting from scratch with a logo, or do you do that piece as well? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've taken them from napkins, drawing on napkins to logos. We do that a lot. So.
Oh, really? That's interesting. I guess if someone doesn't have technology on their side, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people would just scratch out an idea, and this is what I'm looking for, and we can take it from there.
Okay. So then do you do like the business cards and all those things as well? Are you full service in that way?
We do. We
Okay.
do business card printing. We don't do that in-house. We broker that.
Sure.
But we do offer that, and flyers. We do signs on a smaller scale. We do, like banners and yard signs and that type of thing.
Wow. So just about everything that you could need for your business, except maybe their vehicle wrap.
Yeah, we used to offer vehicle wraps, but we have
Oh.
since gotten out of that.
Okay, that's interesting. I was joking actually, but
No, yeah, we were
That's
doing that for a
interesting.
while, but we've since gotten out of that. And
okay. But everything else
I
you
decided-
need.
Yeah, we decided last year to kind of just go back to our roots and focus on,
Okay.
the basics of what got us to the dance, and that's printing T-shirts
Printing
and
T-shirts.
apparels.
And
Yep.
there's clearly a market for that. So
That's the nice thing about living in Florida. Yes, there is all
there's a
year
market
round.
for that.
Yep.
So we can come in and sit down with you, or we can send you an email and say, here's what we need. And then what kind of a turnaround time? Say, hey, I need some new pens for an event coming up.
Typically, pens we can turn around in about 7 business
Oh,
days
that's
from
fast.
start
Okay.
to finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
we do
T-shirts,
have-
hats, things like that.
We do have rush services. We can
Okay.
get things turned, depending on what it is. We can get some things turned in as little as 2 days.
Wow, that's fast. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say same day, but we can do things same day if need be.
Okay.
Um,
Well, and I actually have had that experience a couple of years ago when I did the God at Work forum, and our printer bailed at the last minute, and I called you and said, my printer bailed, and you had snappy. It was really quick. You had our stuff printed for us, which we so appreciated. And that was pretty quick turnaround time. And that was concept up, right? That was design the
Yeah.
whole bit
Yeah, I
really
remember that.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. When you get in a bind, it's really nice to know there's somebody locally that you can look eyeball to eyeball, right? Instead of going online and ordering something where there's a real person where you can have a relationship with. So I assume you have
And
like long-term clients that have just been with you for years then?
Oh yeah, I've
That's
got
printers.
clients that I've had for 30 some
30
years.
years. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah, we've grown old together.
Watch it. Be careful.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell us how you're different, perhaps. I mean, there's people around that do the same kind of work. How is it different working with Gulfside?
Well, I would like to think that that we do a really good job with our printing, the quality of our printing. We offer T-shirts, and most all of every product that we sell, we do a good, better, best version of that item. So we leave that up to the consumer to make the choice, because sometimes they don't want the good, they want the best. So
Right.
So we offer that, and we offer quick turnaround times. I mean, I've always said that, the only thing that we have is our word. And
Right.
if I tell somebody that we're going to have something done, we get it done. And that's the way I live by. The words I live by is just doing what you say you're going to do.
Yeah. Well, you don't last in a community for 30 years unless you do a good job, right? Unless you're taking care of people.
That's my mission. Take care of the customer.
Yeah, super important. Okay, so tell us where we can find you.
So you can find us physically, 6307 Ridge Road, Port Richey, beautiful downtown Port Richey. We're right
Beautiful.
next to Port Richey City Hall and the police station. We're on the web at GulfsideCustomT-shirts.com. And Facebook. We're on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff.
Okay. Showing off your work in social media, connecting with customers.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Okay. Well, we're almost out of time, but you have just a few seconds left to tell me anything that you would like us to know about you and your business. Anything we haven't talked about?
Anything that we haven't talked about? Well, I can tell you the story about how I printed T-shirts for nudists.
Oh, mercy. Mercy, Lord.
You can sell, ice boxes to Eskimos. Well, I sold T-shirts to nudists. That's
Of course you did. That's wonderful. So thank you for that. That just totally flustered me.
Oh, I know. That's why I try to keep you off guard.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I look forward to coming in and getting some. My husband needs some new shirts for work, and I just heard you say you do embroidery. So I
We do.
assume that I could just give you my logo and you can make that happen.
You can.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I could send that to you or by email, and then you guys digitize and all that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we are totally ran out of time, but I appreciate you hopping on and spending some time with me today and with our Tampa Bay Business Connections audience. So thank you so much for your time, sir.
My pleasure, Clara Rose. Thank you.
All righty. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, we are back to just being you and me, Tampa Bay Business Connection people. Thank you for joining us today. If you are a local organization who is looking for a way to get more exposure for your organization and add member benefits for your members, added value for them, connect with us because we'd love to feature your organization as well. We will see you next time on Tampa Bay Business Connections. Bye-bye.